KHOU 11 News at 5:30 starts now.
Thanks for joining us online. We're starting this webcast with the weather. Rain and possibly storms are in the forecast for tomorrow. Let's get right to meteorologist Pat Kavlin with what you need to know. Hey, Pat.
That's right. We're going to see some big changes as we get into the start of this week. A lot of clouds out there right now. 73 was the high temperature today, so pretty much on par with what we did yesterday. The clouds kind of helped to put a lid on us getting any warmer than that, but we are tracking the chance for strong to severe storms as we get into tomorrow with a powerful cold front on the way. We're going to talk about how this impacts travel and, of course, Thanksgiving, which right now, unfortunately, we've had to put in a shower chance for. Let's get to tomorrow's forecast first, though. We do have the chance for some strong to severe storms. We're getting into our fall and winter severe weather season now. You can see on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the worst, it's a threat level 1 for most of the area. Once you go up the East Tex Freeway up 45, we could get into the Category 2 situation in terms of severe threat, but the greatest chance for any strong to severe storms is going to be pretty well removed to our north and east across portions of Louisiana and Mississippi. The threats are going to be damaging winds, some hail, and maybe 1 or 2 weak isolated tornadoes. You can see the threat again, lowest end here, a 2% chance of seeing one within a 25-mile point, but a much different story once you go into that area that was highlighted again through Louisiana and Mississippi. It's a 10% chance with the potential to see maybe some significant or strong tornadoes. So for us here at home, it's a damaging wind threat, it's a small hail threat. Both, however, though, are in the low category. The tornado threat is even lower, but again, it's not zero. So it is something we'll have to keep an eye on through tomorrow afternoon. Street flooding is not going to be an issue with these pretty transient moving storms. There's your Monday forecast. We'll start off with a couple breaks of sunshine. Temperatures a lot warmer than this morning. We'll probably end up in the mid to upper 60s, and then we'll climb into the low 70s by as early as 8 and 9 a.m. Once those storm chances come in, then we're into the mid and maybe even upper 70s. In fact, I think we have a run at 80 degrees for tomorrow afternoon. So there's your starting point as we get you into tomorrow morning. A lot of clouds, temperatures again, upper 60s to around 70. Maybe a couple showers out there. I think it's a mainly dry start to the day. By 10 and 11 a.m., though, that's when these streamer showers start to move in from the Gulf of Mexico. And once they tap into enough instability as temperatures warm up, that's when we can get some thunderstorms going. And while it's not a guarantee that we'll see thunderstorms, it's only about a 50-50 chance. Any storms that do develop do run the risk of becoming strong to severe, and the greatest threat will be as you go east of Houston and as you go north of Houston. Notice, though, by 3 and 4 o'clock, our western areas start to dry out, and all of the threat starts to move out of the area after dinner time. Behind this, it is going to be windy on Tuesday. We could see gusts across the area on average around 30 miles per hour, some spots even higher than that, especially down towards the coast. So travel-wise, this is going to be an impactful storm for the eastern half of the U.S. As we get into Monday, it's mainly, again, the areas around East Texas getting into the mid-Mississippi Valley up through the Memphis area. Watch this so the storm really expands as we get into Tuesday, including the potential for some wintry weather here as you get into the interior portions of the Northeast. It's a heavy rain chance from New York down through D.C., the Carolinas, and Atlanta. The rest of the country looks good. And Wednesday, one of the biggest travel days of the year, we're not expecting any travel issues anywhere from coast to coast. Unfortunately, as we get into Thanksgiving, notice the green down here in southeast Texas. Yeah, we are talking about the potential for a shower chance now. So day by day, again, it's an isolated storm chance for Monday. Tuesday, the storms move east. We turn windy here at home. I think Wednesday looks like the best bet for everyone. And then by Thursday, yeah, maybe the chance for a couple showers, but notice the temperature in the 50s. So storms are unlikely. Thunder and lightning does not look like a possibility in terms of the Thanksgiving Day parade. So there's the good news. But again, we are tracking the chance for some showers. Big changes, though. We'll go from 81 degrees on Monday to 56 degrees as your high temperature on Thanksgiving Day. There's your Thanksgiving Day forecast. Chilly, mainly cloudy. Couple showers possible. It's a low chance, though, with odds only around 30%. And if you're a fan of the colder weather, Marcelino, here you go. Looking into the beginning of December, coast to coast, we start off with below normal temperatures. So on the 7-day, again, 81 for your Monday. Cold front comes in. We drop 20 degrees on Tuesday, but with the wind, again, 25, 30, 35 miles per hour, it'll feel colder than that. Upper 50s then on Wednesday, mid 50s for your Thanksgiving with a small shower chance, and then we'll be in the mid 60s, even low 60s as we get into next weekend. So a bit of a roller coaster coming up, Marcelino. We'll be watching the sky, though, for those strong to severe storms as we get into tomorrow.
So maybe an umbrella for the Thanksgiving Day parade? Should I pack one?
It's a hard, at this point, we're keeping ourselves optimistic here. Maybe 1 or 2 showers. Does not look like a washout. Umbrella, maybe not a bad idea, but we'll have a better idea of that forecast as we get probably into Tuesday.
All right, Pat, thanks. Sounds good. Breaking news in Georgia this afternoon. The Carter Center reporting that former First Lady Rosalynn Carter has died. She was 96 years old. In its tribute, the foundation, founded by former President Jimmy Carter, called the former First Lady a passionate champion of mental health, caregiving, and women's rights. Natalie Brandt has more on her legacy.
Rosalynn Carter was the type of First Lady the country had never met before. Not just an advisor to her husband, but a political partner in the White House.
I like to know what's going on. Jim has always involved me.
She was the first of the First Ladies to sit in on cabinet meetings, as well as briefings from the National Security Council. And she acted as the president's emissary abroad, mostly on visits to Latin America.
My role was more one of a sounding board for Jimmy. He could explain the issues to me and in the process think them through.
Born in Plains, Georgia, at age 18, she married Jimmy Carter. The couple had 4 children and ran the Carter family's peanut business. Rosalynn helped Jimmy Carter's campaign to become governor of Georgia and his successful 1976 run for the White House. As First Lady, her top domestic cause was mental health care. She chaired the president's commission to promote better services and to protect those with mental illness from discrimination. She continued that work after leaving the White House and also advocated for better support for America's seniors, taking that battle to Capitol Hill.
We face a national crisis in caregiving, especially for our elderly citizens.
She was a full partner in the activities of the Carter Center, which the couple launched after leaving the White House to promote conflict resolution and advance human rights. She worked alongside her husband with Habitat for Humanity to build homes for the poor.
Betty Ford was my friend.
In 2011, she paid tribute to another First Lady and her friend, Betty Ford.
Her honesty gave hope to others every single day.
The former first couple continued to call Plains home, facing health challenges together in their later years. When the family announced that at age 95, Rosalynn Carter had dementia, it said it hoped sharing the news would increase conversations about mental health, an issue she advocated for much of her long life. Natalie Brandt, CBS News.
So I hope that during the holidays you'll consider saying include the Carter family in your prayers.
First Lady Jill Biden remembered Rosalynn Carter during an event in Norfolk, Virginia. Ms. Biden and the president were in Norfolk to help serve meals to service members and their families. Afterwards, they released a joint statement about Mrs. Carter, saying, quote, "Above all, the deep love shared between Jimmy and Rosalynn Carter is the definition of partnership, and their humble leadership is the definition of patriotism. She lived her life by her faith." Former President George W. Bush is reacting to the death of Rosalynn Carter, too, saying in a statement, quote, "There was no greater advocate of President Carter, and their partnership set a wonderful example of loyalty and fidelity. She leaves behind an important legacy in her work to destigmatize mental health." Tonight, former President Donald Trump getting a boost in his re-election bid, winning the endorsement of Governor Greg Abbott.
I'm here today to officially proclaim my endorsement for Donald J. Trump to be President of the United States of America again.
Abbott's endorsement came today during an event in Edinburgh near the border. He and Trump visited with National Guard soldiers and state troopers stationed there as part of Operation Lone Star. That's the governor's plan to crack down on illegal immigration. The governor has been outspoken in his criticism of President Biden's border security policy. During his remarks today, he praised Trump for supposedly cutting border crossings to their lowest in decades during his presidency. Houston police are searching for the person who shot and killed a valet driver overnight. It happened in the parking lot of a business on Pagewood Lane near the West Park Tollway. Police say the victim worked at a club off the Southwest Freeway but drove to that business with a customer who had gotten into an accident at the club. They say when the customer went inside the establishment, the valet driver was attacked. They say surveillance video shows him being shot, dragged out of his car, and possibly robbed. A nonprofit affiliated with President Biden's Cancer Moonshot Initiative hosted a health fair in Southwest Houston today. The National Minority Quality Forum partnered with Brentwood Baptist Church on this event. Dozens of folks received free cancer screenings at the church.
So one of the most important things that is happening are these multi-cancer early detection screenings. They detect 50 cancers at one time with one blood draw, and they can detect you before you are symptomatic.
The goal of President Biden's Cancer Moonshot is to reduce cancer deaths in the U.S. by 50% over the next 25 years. And that's going to do it for now. Thanks for watching our webcast. We'll have a lot more news at 10. We'll see you tonight.